All right. So this is Sneaker Show for Sunday, January 16th. There are four of us. What we do is we talk about sneaker releases. And we're now recording on video. This will be posted on YouTube. The sneaker channel that you're looking for now is Sneaker Show Podcast. And this is all new to us, so we're just sort of taking a test flight right now. We've been on a really long break. So this week, what we're going to do is just go over some of the pickups that we brought into our lives over the last couple of weeks and what we're looking forward to most this year. So it's like sneaker resolutions. My name's Tim. I'm in Saskatoon. I have a lot to be excited about, but I thought we could do introductions first, just go around the horn.
Oh, up here? Well, I'm Logan, also known as Canadian Grails. Nice to be doing a video version of the Sneaker Show podcast. I'm thankful for sneakers, and I'm excited to see what kind of cool shoes we talk about this year and this new season of the Sneaker Show podcast.
Word.
I'm Anna, YQR Streetwear on Instagram. I'm also located in Regina. Yeah, I'm very excited to get back at it. Happy to see everyone's face today. Everyone looks lovely, and we got hats on all around, so we're all cozy.
Young Tabasco, your boy on IG, coming from Medicine Hat. Happy to be back, happy to be on video, and yeah, I think it's going to be a real good year.
All right, guys, so we'll talk about a few pairs, and maybe at the end we can try out our new game of drip, flip, or skip, kind of that F, marry, kill. So keep a few of these pairs in mind. We'll play that with three of them at the very end. Let me start this off. I'm excited about what Union is putting out this year. I would like to join the Union. I do not have a pair of Union shoes yet. There are the Dunks, and there are the Union Jordan 2s. I believe that's an April release. That is what I'm excited about. That's my sneaker resolution this year, to join the Union. I like the yellow sort of beige 2s. They come in the grayish blue, but they also come in that tan sort of yellow. And that's what I'm excited about this year. I have a pair of the Pattas on the way. That's my latest pickup, the Air Max Patta in Monarch. I believe they'll land on Wednesday, so I'll have something to show you next week. But that's as simple as I'm thinking for this week's podcast. What have you got recently, and what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, in terms of what I've gotten recently, I'm going to grab that pair right now.
Cool.
So, drum roll. Here I have with me is a pair that I've had once before, and I'm happy to own it again. I have a pair of the Sean Wotherspoon Air Maxes.
Cool.
It's the shoe I absolutely love. It is beautiful in every way. Just that corduroy is just so fine. You can't beat it. Plus the Velcro on. It's just a beautiful, beautiful shoe. I own this exact same shoe. Well, not this exact same one, but the same model. A couple years ago, and I really, really regretted selling it. It was a huge mistake on my behalf, and it's been hard to find another pair in my size. It's a very limited shoe, and thankfully, I found a pair locally for a great deal that I could not turn away. So I have another pair in my rotation. I haven't got to wear it though yet, just around the house because Regina winters aren't too kind on the kicks. So I'm hoping for the spring or summer these are gonna get busted out, but it's my most recent pickup, and I'm really, really in love with this shoe.
You should be. That's legendary.
Beautiful shoe.
Aged really well, I think, right? A lot of things from that time period maybe aren't as cool right now as they were back then, but I think that one, if anything, it's better, right?
That's a perfect way to put it, because there are a lot of things that came out at that time, and it was like, oh, so cool, but now it's kind of like that hype beast kind of label on it, instead of like it's still being like, oh, that's awesome. But that definitely held that, and like if anything, it's cooler now, and I think it's going to continue to hold that too. Like it's going to stay as a grail to a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't see it come around that often. I've had this is now my third pair. I had a pair of size 10.5. I had a pair of size 12, and now I have another pair of size 10.5. And I don't come across many pairs, let alone in any groups or anywhere. So I'm scared if I chose to sell this shoe, I'm going to have bad karma bestowed upon me and my family for years to come. You know, knowing that I got it for a great price and I sold it for a quick buck. Maybe this is not a shoe I should be doing that with. But you're right. It is. I think it is. My look over the last 5 years of sneakers, this is a pair that's always kind of stood out to me. Just the hype that surrounded it. It was legendary. It was a legendary collab in terms of hype. So it's probably one I'm going to keep in my collection.
That'll be on Weatherspoon's tombstone. Like that's his defining shoe. That's the breakthrough moment for him. Yeah, hang on to it. So looking ahead at the year, what's a must-have? What's your resolution? What do you got to get, Logan?
Oh, well, I mean, actually, I kind of want to leave that a surprise because Anna specifically put a shoe in here to talk about today. And that same shoe for me is one that I really, really want so badly. So I'll actually let Anna, talk about the shoe more, and then I'll kind of build on that because the shoe that she's bringing today is one that I need in my rotation. It's the shoe I want most this year. And I know Anna shares the same sentiment about it. It's a beautiful shoe. I'm kind of excited to hear her talk about it.
It is. I will actually pick that up then. Thank you, Logan. So this is the Jordan 4 Zen Master. So I actually just found out they got in-hand pictures of it yesterday. And along with that, there was a little description with it. So I'm not sure if everyone knows who Phil Jackson is, but he was the coach of the Chicago Bulls during that iconic period where they won those rings and stuff. If you watched The Last Dance, you definitely saw little Phil Jackson in there. So it's actually a tribute to him because he did lots of like meditations and that kind of thing with his team and practices. So they called him the Zen Master. So they said it's kind of a little tribute to him, which is really cool. And this is like a very kind of funky, but not too funky because it's like soft colors, but colorful at the same time, which is really cool. It's releasing on March 13th of this year. So pretty soon here. And I'm kind of curious to see what is going to happen with these because what we've been seeing with 4 is like the white Oreo 4 is very wearable, very easy colorway. And yeah, exactly, Tim. They've gone up so much, but it took a little bit. Like they weren't selling for too much over retail for a bit there. So I'm curious to see where this is going to set because it is a little funkier. It's a little more out there, but I love these. I'm so excited for these to come out. I need them. I'm sure me and Logan will both end up getting them. Hopefully you guys get them too. And yeah, I think just a beautiful colorway, great pair of 4s. I love 4s. So yeah, I'm very excited for those.
Are we able to share a picture of these in the Zoom call? I mean, this is our first Zoom episode. Is there a way for us to do that?
Yeah, if you guys can screen share, go nuts. Yeah. Do I have to like allow it or something?
I think so. Host disabled.
We'll be going like this. Can everybody?
Yeah.
There we go.
Bring it up with the phone.
How's that?
Okay,
Multiple participants can share.
Ooh, let's try this.
Is that working?
Yo!
Okay, we got
So,
lift
yeah.
off.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like just look at those colors, like, and the black, the gray, and the soul, the white. Ooh, those are beautiful. And
That's a
even like
sneaker.
yeah, exactly.
That is
That's
a
good way to
damn
put
good
it.
looking shoe.
Yeah, and even they got those like clear, I don't know what to call those.
Yeah.
4 clips.
Yeah, like
they
the
call them
wings.
The
Yeah.
wings, yeah. That the color for this, they were calling it the amethyst, right? That was kind of what I had seen.
Yes, I saw that as well.
Uncut gems right here.
Hey.
This is how I win.
Is
But
it
yeah,
like a canvas kind of material?
I think it is. It looks like it. And I don't really think that there's any other 4s with this kind of colorway to them. Like we have the Travis Friends and Families that's like straight purple. And other than that, like I can't really think of anything that is like pinky purple, bluey, that kind of thing. Looks like clouds.
You can't go wrong. This shoe is executed perfectly. I saw a lot of people, when I'm seeing the pictures posted on Instagram and whatnot, a lot of people are hating on it. I don't know why. It bothers me. It hurts me. Because I love this shoe.
That's what I was kind of wondering, like, is it going to be a hit with everybody? I didn't really think it would be because it's a little more out there, but like, I don't know, like most people kind of stick to the more like white blacks kind of thing. So that might be why. Maybe it'll go up when they see it on feet a little bit more and people start to change their minds.
I mean, it's loud, right? But this is still the colorway, whatever you want to call it. It still would work with almost anything, I believe. I mean,
Mhm.
it's hard to mess that up. That'll go well with white. It'll go well with black. It'll go well with, forest green. I don't know. It's just a nice color blend.
It
A
looks like it's been
100%.
dyed. It looks like they
Yeah.
took one of those white Levi's shoes and gave it a cool like watercolor job.
This will be a shoe I think you see a lot of NBA players wearing. It just gives me that vibe.
I agree with you. I could
Oh,
definitely see a lot of them wearing these. And then people are going to want
Shea
them more.
Gilgeous-Alexander. PJ Tucker.
Oh, for
PJ
sure.
Tucker,
In-game.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm really excited for those. Logan is as well. And for latest pickups, I'm also excited about Mules lately. So I got these Nike offline Mules. So
Ooh.
they got some 3M on them. Oh, you can't really see it, but right there it goes 3M.
Yeah.
And they're basically like it came with two soles. So they're basically like a little boot. I haven't worn them outside yet. I was gonna wear them today, but I wanted to bring them to the pod and I didn't want them inside after because it's disgusting out. So yeah, those I think that I have a theory that mules are gonna be like they're already been like popular, like with the Birkenstock Boston Mule, like people have been liking those, but I think it's gonna be more like trendy after sneakers rather than more like if you know kind of vibe, Aim Leon Dore kind of vibe, that kind of thing. So I'm interested to see if that does happen.
Now, I've been seeing them a lot on Instagram, and now that you say that, I've been seeing a lot of influencers and just random people rocking them. So it's a good shoe, and I want to try a pair on. They look comfortable. They look super comfortable. So I think that's the biggest part for winter. They look warm. So that's all. That's the thing you want most, really, when it's super cold.
Exactly.
Nice. Okay, mules. Keep an eye. Yeah, I've been looking at like some New Balance mules. I've been looking at those North Face, whatever they are, the
Yeah.
thermoball
The
thing.
jacket shoe.
Yeah, jacket
Mhm.
shoe. Yeah, jackets for your feet. So, Tabasco, where are you at, my man? What do you got in
Oh,
hand? What's coming in?
there's too much coming in.
Hmm.
We've had too much of a break. I was looking here and I was like, what did I get? Like, when did I? And then there was more than I initially thought, but we'll save that for last. Shoe I'm most excited for this year is the Brotherhood Air Jordan 1. That's that purple and yellow guy. We had talked about that on a previous episode, so I won't get too in depth. Those pictures are on our Instagram if anybody wants to go take a look. That's what I'm most excited for. It's supposed to come out next month. Hoping that's an easy pickup. Hoping that's one I can maybe get same day. Who knows? So yeah, that's probably what I'm most excited for. Obviously the Union 2s and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a handful of stuff that comes out or we see pictures of in the next couple months that we'll just absolutely have to have. But until then, I'll take that pair. Latest pickups. I'll kind of rush through the first three and we'll really focus on the fourth one. Uh, it's been too long. Okay. We've been too long. I got the Spartan Green Dunk High. Really excited about these. Been wearing them lately too. Weather is not ideal here either, but it's just leather, baby. Waiting for a hoodie to come in before I wear these so I can really get the fit off. But we got the Fragment Dunk. I know this shoe that's really came up on the pod here.
Hey, sorry to cut you off. Have you worn your pair a little bit, your fragments?
Not yet, because I'm waiting for the hoodie. They're dead stock until the hoodie.
I'm warning you ahead of time. My pair, it does not crease well. It hurts a little bit. The material, as you know by holding your pair, it's like stiff. It's not
It's
a very
different.
soft.
It's different.
Yeah, it sucks a little bit once it's worn in.
We'll see. I'm continuing on the Weatherspoon trend. I picked up these Adidas, obviously a little off the beaten path for me, if anybody's seen what I have in my room here. But yeah, this was just a shoe I thought was really cool. I had to have. Obviously a big fan of Sean and what he does. So yeah, I just felt good about this. It was a cool shoe. It was a good price. And
What's the name again? It's
Super Earth.
Earth. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Shell toe.
yeah, happy about those. And so it was kind of little Christmas gift from the boys, a little bit of cheese on top from me to make it all happen. But really excited to wear these. Obviously, swap the laces, cut the tongue already. cannot stress enough how excited I am to wear these. So weather's just got to be getting better. That is the Union 4 Desert Moss. And yeah, this has really got me excited about the 2s, I think, as well. And yeah, I guess what's coming in, like you had mentioned, pair of Patta Monarchs as well. Me and Tim were on the hunt at the same time. Went through quite the experience to try and get pairs. You'd think it'd be easier to try and get them from the same guy, the two of us, but evidently it wasn't. Yeah, waiting for those to come in. Pair of cool gray 11s. Pair of the women's Spurs Dunk lows. Excited to see what those look like in hand. And then a pair of the Kai Studios lows for our good friend Jay. Hit those last night, and be really excited to bring those to the pod because that's a cool shoe.
You've been busy.
Yeah, that's a dozen pairs.
Lots.
and you know, that's just keeping it to what's coming in, not what's gone out or anything like that. But you know, I stay busy.
I have almost as many as Anna does, right behind her.
Yeah,
Yeah, he might have more.
Sure seems like it.
You definitely had more 4s at that pop-up that you had. Lots of 4s.
There was a table of 4s, and they were all stacked more than 4 high, I think, at the beginning as well. So yeah, there was a lot. Had
You
a
never
pair
have too many followers.
No, can't. Had a pair of Meniere 1s in hand. Wasn't my size. Flipped them and everything. Thought about getting my size. Saw the price. Thought better of it for now. So if anybody's worn a pair once or twice, wants to get rid of them, I'll take them. But I'm not really trying to pay that DS right now, I don't think.
No, definitely not.
Over the break, we had a little bit of time to think about sneakers and where we're at. And I had a lot of good chats with Nathan. He really opened my eyes. I have to join the union, guys. This is the future. When you describe, like, when's the last time Nike put out a shoe and it hit $1,000 resale? It doesn't happen. If you're not collaborating with somebody, it doesn't become that next level of heat. I'd never thought of it that way. I was like, what? Well, what about mochas? They're big. They're not $1,000. I think what is the last Nike only release that has hit 1,000?
I know we talk about the black cats a lot, but those are at 1,000 now. I mean, the mochas really aren't that far off. You got to think there's a lot of them just under that mark too. Like I think a lot of dunk lows, like the Syracuse or the Duke ones, or Kentucky, I guess they are. Sorry, those are up there. I mean, you give them a little bit of time, I'm sure they'll be right up there. Like bread toe ones, stuff like that, right? That just kind of went to the moon. But yeah, it is rare. I mean, is it a stock number thing, right? Like you say, it's typically only collabs. Collabs generally don't get the release numbers that a general release would. So maybe that factors in, and just the fact that it's a little more special that way too. But yeah.
It made me feel like we're a part of history and have been for a little while with Union doing what Union's doing. Every pair goes up to 4 figures. It's nuts. And those first ones, the ones, Logan, I met you were wearing them. I was like, this guy knows what's up. Like that's going to be legendary as well. Those will be $3,000-$4,000. So I want to get in on the ground floor here. If Union's putting out Jordan 2s this year, that gets me pretty excited. If they're putting out Dunks this year, I'm super, super excited. So that's what I'm looking ahead at. And Meniere, you know, if it weren't for them, what would we have? We'd be looking at Black Cats. Like that's the one. So
apparently we are.
We were laughing at a pop-up 6 months ago because Black Cats were $600-$700. We're like, that. Can you imagine getting in on Black Cats now? And they keep going up.
I hate talking to Black Cats, man. I have PTSD from calling different stores in Calgary, and they're like, yeah, I go to Curiosity, asking if they had pairs in stock. And they're like, yeah, come on in. We have your size.
Oh my God.
And me looking on the Green app and being like, nah, I'm not. There's no point in doing this. Just for them 3 months later to.
Is it a combination of how wearable it is and it's a 4? Like, I just don't see what an all black shoe should go for that much money.
I mean, you got to think it is an all black shoe, but it's an OG and it's got the Nike Air, right? So that is
right on the heel tab.
Special. Like Logan, and to your credit, maybe here as well, that was a while ago, right? So sneakers were
Who
different
would've
at that
thought?
time. But even then, like for it to go that high, like when is this going to retro again? Realistically, right? So
That's true.
it's going to be a bit, and people know that. So yeah, it's scarcity, right? That's all it is. So if it comforts us one way or another, it's just because there's not a Black Cat 4 coming out every day, right? So it's just every
These
day it's
Thunders.
just there's less and less and less dead stock pairs.
Right.
These Thunders got to be worth more money. And I'm not just saying this because I'm holding a bunch of pairs. I'm saying like that's another shoe that should be worth
They'll get
more.
there. They'll get there.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, give it
Then you
time.
looked at metallic purples as well. That was another shoe,
Nuts.
another pair of 4s that, you know, I had a couple pairs and I sold them for pennies on the dollar. And then, you know, less than a year later, it's through the roof.
Keep the faith on all 4s, even those the yellow ones are back.
Just don't sell your shoes. Just hold them as long as pretend they don't exist. Put them in the closet and then
Don't wear
check
'em.
back in a year or two.
Well, and good luck hitting on those red Thunders. Those it's another surprising one for me. I go, that doesn't really grab my attention. Then you look at possible resale and you go, all right, so that makes sense. Okay, this brings us to our last portion of the podcast today. And I'd like to have a little more fun here in the new year. We'll play a bunch of games. Maybe we can rank all of the Union 4s. Maybe we can rank all the Pattas. Maybe we can rank all the Unions. We can compare who had a better year, Nike or New Balance. You know, we can get into some real discussions. So for today, we'll try out this new game, and we can call it F, Marry, Kill, or you can call it Drip, Flip, or Skip. You have to do one of these, okay, with each pair. All right. So you got the Zen Master 4, you got the Patta Monarch, the orange Pattas, the Air Max 1 Pattas, or the upcoming Union 2s. You have to wear one, you have to sell one, and you have to skip one and pretend it doesn't even exist. Pattas, Zen Master, Union 2s. Who wants to start?
I'll start this one. Okay. Sorry, Tabasco.
No, go for it.
I'm going to wear the Zen Masters, no surprise. I'm going to flip the Unions because that's cash, yeah. And I'm sorry, I love the Pattas, but have to pretend they don't exist.
Makes sense.
And this one's for me, one of them is really easy. Just like Anna, I'm wearing the Zens. Like those are going straight to the toe. Heck, I don't even need the box. Throw that shit away. I'm gonna put the shoe straight on the feet. In terms of flip, that's one where I'm kind of I think I'm actually gonna end up flipping the Union 2 as well. So then I guess it leaves the Pattas. Unfortunately, do not exist in my world, but the Pattas I really like as well. I mean, it's great. So it's close to that Zen, but not quite at that level for me. Maybe I could wear a Zen on one foot and Patta on the other. Is that an option?
No.
Like see those kids with big stack easy.
Yeah.
That would look a little silly, but you got me considering that.
What a wild choice that would be. This guy.
What about you, Nathan?
Oh, see, I'm almost obligated here having one of those pairs in the mail right now. So I'm going to go with wearing the Patta Air Max 1 just because I will be wearing the Patta Air Max 1. I'm going to flip the Union 2 just because obviously there's a little more money there. And then, we'll just pretend the Zen Master doesn't exist, I guess, for argument's sake.
Shame on you. It exists in my world.
Hate crime.
Yeah, if it comes down to wearing an Air Max or a 4, Nathan and I have similar opinions, but that's what this podcast is about. Nobody sees things the same way. So it's funny, though, because when we chatting over the break, Nathan and I did rank the Unions, and it's completely backwards. It's funny how completely 100%. My favorite is his least favorite. So we'll keep working out these games. We'll try to make it harder for you. I try to give you like 4 that you want the money on, give you 4 that you want to wear, or 3 for this game. Sorry. Anyways, that was really fun. And for just getting this thing off the ground, I think we managed to do it. We'll see if we can actually post it to YouTube. The channel is called Sneaker Show Podcast. If you Google Sneaker Show Podcast, if you just type it into YouTube, it should come up and there will be like dozens of views of this episode. So maybe you can be one of those OG ground floor members. Yeah, so we'll try to get back here on Sundays. We'll try to have guests in a couple times a month. If you'd like to get in touch with us, Instagram is still live, Sneaker Show Podcast. That's all our socials. That's where you find us. So my Instagram is Tim Stone Show. I'm so psyched to be here with you guys on Sundays. That's the plan. Let's keep this thing going. You guys got any closing credits you want to finish on?
No, just happy to be here. It's going to be fun. It's going to be nice being able to actually show you guys the shoes that we're talking about.
Yes.
That's going to take this to the next level, and we're excited for all our viewers, and not just listeners now, we're talking viewers, to be in here with us, sharing our love of sneakers.
I did quote you this week, Tabasco. I wore these for the first time, and they feel great. The starfish orange, that's as close to shattered backboard as I'm getting, and they do all the things I want them to do. They go great with black pants. They go great with blue pants. They go great with green pants.
Great shoe, man.
I wore them to the gym with black shorts. They felt good. And Logan commented on my post. He's like, it's gross outside. It takes a man to wear those outside.
It does. It really does.
Tabasco's always said it's just leather. You can wipe them off. So thanks for kicking it with us. We'll see you next week.